Hornady Lock and Load Case Prep Center is a great piece of equipment. In the overview video, we got a high-level look at the details regarding the construction and overall feature set for this piece of equipment. In this video, we're going to take a look at trimming and prepping rifle brass, specifically 30-06 in this case. So let's get started and see how we can use this piece of equipment for all of our trimming and prepping needs for rifle brass. So before we actually get started on the case prep center, what we're going to do is prepare the brass. We've got brass here that's been previously fired in our rifle, and it's been cleaned and lubricated. And what we're going to do is use our Hornady Lock and Load Classic here to size and deprime. That way we're going to have brass that is dimensionally correct and can therefore result in a proper overall length that we're going to trim to. We'll also have our primer ejected so that we can clean the primer pockets as well. Alright, so let's take a quick inventory of the accessories that are included with the case prep center and what we're actually going to be using for our 30-06 brass prep today. So we've got a bunch of case neck brushes, we've got small and large primer pocket cleaners, we've got a number of pilots. We've already set aside our 30 caliber pilot, which centers the case when it's being trimmed. We've got our inner and outer chamfer tools. We've got our chuck insert and our shell holder here, and then we've got the pilot set screw Allen key. So we're going to grab the large primer pocket cleaner. We're going to also set aside the 30 caliber case neck brush, and in the course of setting up the case prep center, we're going to use all of these accessories here. So we're going to start our setup at the lower part where the actual case prep occurs after the case trimming. Alright, so what we're going to do here is install 4 accessories. We're going to start in the middle here with our 30 caliber case neck, inside case neck cleaning brush. We're then going to take the large primer pocket cleaning tip and install that next to it, and then we're just going to install the inner and outer chamfering tools for the case neck, and these just need to be installed finger tight. They stay finger tight, so they're easy to remove, and in this way we will have an efficient workflow here. After we do our trimming, we'll just go ahead and do the rest of the case prep. So now that we've set up the case prep area, the lower part of the case prep center, we're going to work our way up and get the case trimming arrangement properly set for the length that we want to trim to and the caliber that we're going to be trimming. So the first step is to install the shell holder. So we've got the chuck insert, and that slides into the chuck as so, and we're going to just put the shell holder and the chuck insert together, and that will allow us to snap that right in. Next, we need to take a piece of brass and determine what the angular position of the chuck is when it's tightened. So what we can do is just insert the brass and then tighten the chuck until it's relatively snug. Now what you notice here is that the handle here is in the rear portion, and that's not gonna make for a very good workflow to have to reach behind here. So what we're going to do is adjust the chuck position. The chuck has a hexagonal section that we can adjust to 6 different positions so that we can get this closing handle in the right spot. So what I want to do is take the point at which the chuck is tightened and move it 90 degrees so that we can work the handle in this fashion here. So we're going to loosen the chuck we're going to remove the brass and then take this set screw over here. We're going to just go ahead and pull that out. Then we're going to press the handle down and rotate the shaft into the approximate position, and then replace this set screw pin here. It's kind of a knurled screw head here, and then it's got a pin that locks the hexagonal shaft into the proper orientation. So now let's check our position here. We're going to go ahead and get the shell holder positioned correctly, insert the brass, and then we'll see where that tightens. Look at that, perfect. So now I've got the chuck shaft set to the right orientation, and I've also adjusted the shell holder so that I can just snap a piece of brass in from the side, tighten up the chuck, and we're ready to go. So the last thing we need to do is install the pilot.